We're about to set our 2025 goals, so I really want to learn ASL.
And so I wanted to be solely focused on motivating women.
Hey y'all, so we are here and we're about to set our 2025 goals. So we're going to do, normally we just do like a Google Drive and we put all of our stuff in like a Google Doc, and I'm going to show y'all what it looked like. So we cleared out the one from last year or the year before that. And so this time, after we finish this, we're going to do a bingo card, and then we're going to get it printed and put it in our offices so that we can see it every day, because I just feel like neither one of us are great at the vision board situation. And I think having something that you can physically mark off is better. So, Joe's here.
It's me again. It's me, Jessica.
Oh my God. That was from Hot Chick. All right, so let me show y'all what the template looks like that we use. So it's simple. It's just like goals, the completion date, and then based on the goals, we do like break them down right here, because we don't do the whole just have like a one-line goal. Like, we get very detailed in what we be doing. So we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do the bingo card. For the first, well, not for the first 31 days, but January 6th, we also are going to start this devotional. It's going to be me, Joe, my mom, my brother, Brandon, and my godmother. And it's a 31-day devotional, and it's called I Thought I Had It All Figured Out by Now. And it's 31-day journey to rediscovering God, and I just feel like it's a really good way to start off the year. So this will be one of our goals, that we actually complete this 31 days. Completed 31 days, and then before the camera started rolling, we also talked about just like praying more together and stuff like that. So we're gonna do that this year.
Yeah, I want to at least get down. I want to lose at least like 30-40 more pounds. So that'll put me at that'll put me at my goal weight. So I'm gonna just say lose 30 pounds.
I'm coming. Sorry, y'all.
No, you could. I'm gonna put lose 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Because I feel like losing that will put me at my goal weight this year.
Okay.
So how you want to do it? So you want to do all the overarching ones then, and then go into the and then okay.
Because I feel like we can go into detail off here.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So lose 30 pounds is one of my goals this year. I also want to get a new job. Like I want to get a new job as far as either a director position or a senior level position in comms. Comms, I mean, you can always be a senior level comms manager, which that gives me more responsibility than just a comms manager. So I know I do want to get another job, whether it be fully remote or still a hybrid schedule, because hybrid, especially with me going into things with the commanders, it's going to be just easier for me to do that.
So I guess I'll start with my personal goals. So complete 75 soft. Mm-hmm. I know that I cannot do 75 hard because I just don't have the time to work out twice a day.
Yeah. And I feel like just starting at 75 soft.
Yeah, like easier way in.
I was gonna say easier way into it. You know, you always try to start off hard. I'm like, yeah, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work.
A little too advantageous.
Yeah, like this ain't gonna work for me.
Yeah, so I want to complete 75 soft, and I want to just build a healthier lifestyle.
Yeah.
And then in that, I also want to lose 30 pounds, but I want to lose fat, gain muscle. So I want to do like a body recomp. But yeah. And then I really, really, really want to, for me, like I really want to teach. Like I really want to teach at the collegiate level. And so sometimes it's really hard to get into teaching at the collegiate level if you have not already done it, which is like, how do I get experience if nobody's giving me a shot? However, I do know that like with community colleges, if you have like facilitation experience, which I've facilitated like hundreds of workshops, like in person, online, whatever. So just working on my resume to make sure that it reflects the facilitation and instruction experience that I have, along with like the professional experience that I had. So that's really like a major goal of mine. And I know that like starting out, I want to do remote just because like I'm not in a position to where I feel like, oh, I'm a work all day and then do like, because it would have to be a night class. Like I'm not trying to get home at 9, 10, 11 o'clock. Like, so I really want to do I really would like to have 2 teaching positions that are remote and probably part-time is what I want to do. So I want to do, so at least 2 part-time remote professor. I'll say adjunct professor.
Yeah, I'll say adjunct.
And I also think that like starting off at community colleges, like I said, probably gonna be like the best deal for me. So I'm gonna look up community colleges online and
or even
all the ones around here too.
Yeah, because you look at, because I know we talked about PGCC.
Yeah, I was gonna look at Montgomery County
and then
Baltimore,
UMUC.
Yep, all that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at all of those because I know it can happen. I've made some things happen in my life. I can make this happen too. So I think those 2 are good.
You know, I've really been trying to focus on like financial stability.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really want to rid all of my debt that I have.
Like even student loans right now?
Put that separately. Just
okay.
like, because you know I'm still in school. So
yeah.
Put that. Well, actually, since we're talking about school, let me back up. I want to complete my media production certificate this year, which I'm on track to finish this year. But I just want to make sure I really do finish that this year. Because I don't want to go into another year like having to worry about school again. So then now going into the financial part. So yeah, so we're going to put student loans on back burner. I'm just talking about like, you know, getting rid of like credit card.
Yeah.
Like, so I really want to be like have better financial stability. So get rid of all like any type of like debt that I have.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. As you was talking, I was thinking about what we had talked about the other day. So remember when I was talking about look at the stuff I was looking at PGCC, like, so I really want to learn ASL. Like, I really want to learn sign language. Like, at some point, I want to become fluent in ASL. And I don't know why I be wanting to do these random things, but that's one of the things I really want to do. Like, I used to know, like, some sign language. Like, I still know, like, the alphabet. But I really want to become fluent in ASL. And so the same school that Jo goes to for her media certification, they also offer sign language. So I'm going to do, it's 3 classes that I want to take. I want to do ASL, property management, and then real estate. So I tried to get my real estate license like back in like 2018 or something like that. And I could always pass one portion of the test and not the other. And it's something that I still do want to do. And I also know that I want to eventually do like property management as well. So those are 3 like things I know I want to do. However, I don't know realistically if I'll do all 3 of them this year, because I know that this year I'm not going to be doing like a whole bunch of stuff like I've been doing. Yes. Like I have been doing in previous years.
Rest.
Yes. This is my year of rest. So even though I'm setting goals, like when I say rest, I mean like not doing too much. Like I used to just be like doing so much like all the time, because I just thrive off of doing a lot of stuff. But that time has ended because you just get burnt out.
Yeah.
So one of them 3 classes I'm going to do.
You just don't know yet.
I just don't know which one, but I do know I want to do one of the 3.
Yeah. Stability and all that. I really want to save money this year for 2 reasons. One, because I just need to save money. I have to put away for like just a fund of, all right, when I get married, this is the money that I'm going to use. So I do want to save, but one, I don't know how much to save, like what's a realistic goal of saving, because I feel like I'll always be like, oh, I'm going to save $10K this year. And then I never get a $10K.
Yeah.
I barely get to 2. Okay, no, I get can get past. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to like. I guess we'll go into it later about like, okay, how do I differentiate the two, and how much do I save?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that just starts from like your budget for real. Like, because when you budget and just try to figure out, like, all right, this is how much I have left over, like, then you can say, like, okay, after what I have left over, like, this is realistic for me to save, this is realistic for me to spend.
Yeah, true.
And then you can, like, put it into buckets after, after you've defined that. I do want to make sure that I'm investing, though. So, like, when I did my 401k before, I would just mainly do like money market accounts to where like whatever I put in, that's what I put in. Like I wouldn't put it in any type of like funds. Well, I have before, but like I want to make sure that I'm investing in the right stuff when I do like my 401k and all of that. Because my money need to grow. Like it need to grow. Like it can't just sit there. So that's one of the things that I really want to do. I really want to like make my 401k like more robust.
Yeah.
I don't want to just have the money sitting there. Like business goals. So I really want to get to a place in business where I'm not going to say I don't want to work so hard, but this year I really want to just make things easier. And that's a part of like the resting process. So like vlogging, easy for me. I love doing it. I really like doing it. Didn't think I would like doing it, but I like doing it. So it's something that's easy for me. Even like editing videos now is something that I enjoy doing. So like picking up my camera more. I really want to invest more into my personal brand. So like what I'm doing now, like vlogging, making sure people get to know me. Like, and then from there, I want to relaunch Grind on the Go. But when I relaunch it, it's going to be the same business essentially. Like it's going to be about grinding on the go, but there'll be no coffee. So for y'all who don't know, I have a business called Grind on the Go, and it was a coffee business, but centered around like community. So like when people go out, like you might see somebody like, oh, let's go get coffee. So when y'all go get coffee, y'all usually talking about y'all business goals or y'all personal goals or catching up. But I want to focus it more so on grinding on the go. So like stationery, like things that people will use to grind on the go. Because I just feel like, first of all, the price of coffee is expensive, y'all. So that return, it was very much given zero. I'm serious. Like, so I know like for me, like I want to do something like that. Like I just want to realign things to make them make sense and show y'all. Like I actually use this stuff. Like I have like, let me show y'all my work bag. This is my work bag, y'all. I love this bag. I actually use the notepad and stuff that I sell. Like this is the corporate baddie notepad. And so I really want to like show y'all like the way that I'm able to multitask and stuff like that is because I actually use my own stuff. Like,
but as he was talking about personal brand, that was one thing that I know that I want to do in 2025 is build, and I've talked with you about this before, building like a personal brand website. Because I got stuff with the Commanders and just doing all that writing and just trying to get in different avenues in entertainment and media and stuff like that. I really do feel like I have to start.
It could be a portfolio because, girl, I'm sure you tired of seeing the people writing samples at this point. look at my link.
When I be like, hold on, a link?
Look at my link.
Yeah, let me just go ahead and upload these PDFs because. So I really do want to work on a personal brand this year.
Do you ever think you're gonna bring back your podcast?
That's also another goal of mine, and it's funny because I have the darn sheet up that I need to turn back in to school for the program. So I really do. That's another thing. I really want to focus on Morning Cup of Joe. Morning Cup of Joe is going to be a podcast, of course, hosted by me. And similar to what Brittany was talking about motivating, that's something that I want to do. It's hard, especially, when there's people around our age, it's like, some days you just feel like giving up. And I know it'd be days where like, I ain't doing this no more. Like, I just cannot. And so I wanted to be solely focused on motivating women, just try to figure out where their life is going, what to do. We all we all go through the same struggles. And I feel like sometimes we all kind of struggle in silence, some of us. And so I just really want to, morning cup of Joe. Of course, I need to define it more, but it'll just be like that, that daily motivation for you.
So do you think your podcast would be daily, or you think you would break it down to be like weekly, or?
Yeah, so that's what I was. That's a good question. So I always say daily because for some reason, morning cup of Joe, like with like you have coffee every morning. But honestly, being realistic, I don't think that's something that I can do daily. So I think I would just have to break it down to weekly type thing, and every week I guess every week just talk about
a different topic, right?
Yeah.
So every week you can talk about a different topic on the podcast, but then like on social media or whatever, you can have content leading up to said topic. So like if your episode is going to be about postpartum depression, right?
Yeah.
So all week you can like do teasers about postpartum depression. Like you could talk about like the statistics on postpartum depression. You could have like if you're having a special guest, you could have them do like an intro, or you can have like postpartum depression facts or like something like that to like get people to be like, oh no, like I've been through this before, like I need to I need to tune into this podcast on Saturday.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And that's why, and so now that you say that, I wonder like why you just saying Saturday. I was like, dang, people really do enjoy coffee like on a Saturday, and that's their first time to like finally for the week just chill. So I think Saturday might be a good way or a good time for me to post content, like you said, have that week leading up to that Saturday. So actually, that's a good idea.
Because even think about it. When do you get on Pinterest? You get on Pinterest. You get on Pinterest Saturday morning while you're laying in the bed.
I be laying on the bed.
Yeah, so it's like same thing. Like when you like, I mean, even though now people listen to podcasts like as if they listen to the radio. Like literally, like Brandon get in the car and he turns on a podcast. Yeah. Like he don't even listen to the radio.
I still podcast every day.
Yeah, so it's like people do listen to podcasts all throughout the day, but I do think Saturday might be a good day. It might catch a vibe.
I think Saturday would be a good day to release an episode every Saturday. Morning Cup of Joe is on my list of things to do with. So last year I wrote the script. Mm-hmm. This year I really want us to go and do the whole co-writing and build out those episodes and what 30 actually looks like.
So preface this because they don't know what 30 is. So 30 is a idea that Joe came up with to do, and we're not gonna tell y'all everything because we don't have no NDAs.
I was just about to say
that. So basically, she wants to write a TV show. Yeah. That's just the bottom line. Yeah. Once we're going to co-write a TV show.
Yeah. So we've already, have the shell and written that out. But now go into building out the episodes, that character development. Yeah. And actually like go into co-writing. And then I think...
Real time. Brandon's calling me.
And then I think next, 2026, then we go into like actually like shooting it or trying to figure out what that looks like too. There's no way we're going to be able to write everything in 2025 and then shoot it in 2026. No. I mean, shoot it in the same year. That's not going to work.
That's not going to work.
So, yeah,
I
think take this year to build it out and then in 2026
we actually need meetings. We need to actually schedule like a meeting calendar too.
And we had did that, but life
be life.
So I was like, okay, we got to
reconvene.
We gotta reconvene with that. So of course work on 30. That's what I want to work on this year too.
I think that's good, and it's so funny because like I know y'all probably like this girl keeps saying she resting, but she about to be doing all this stuff. But I need y'all to know that this is minimal compared to all the things like me co-writing. Oh, that was one thing. So like that's me and Joe got a lot of stuff in common, but that's one thing that we really have in common. Like we always love to write, like create, like we like different types of writing and stuff like that. Like I think that she's really good at doing like articles, even though she loves the one that she does for the Commanders, but some of them she don't like. But it's a art to writing articles, and I ain't got it.
You gotta talk you gotta talk for national consumption, and so you can't just talk like how you would write. Exactly. And I was like, all right, you gotta like, but she'll tell you like, even though I write for national consumption, when I wrote the other script, she said, yeah, Joe, you ain't writing. I said, it's hard for, because you have to keep switching voices. And so that's why I'd be happy to have her, because I'm like, All right, how else would you say it? Or because I
Yeah.
can't think of it right now because my brain cannot switch. It's hard for me to keep switching back and forth between the two different voices.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
I'm more of like a creative writer type of person. Like,
the thing was, I was a creative writer, but work and everything, you get stuck in technical writing for so long.
But I think
I'd be like,
but I technical write for work, but it's different.
It's hard
type
for
of
me
technical
to
writing.
it's hard for me to switch that voice sometimes. I mean, I know I got some creative ideas now, but to write it down, it just be so it just be so hard sometimes. But yeah, I definitely want to work on 30 this year.
Okay, where you at?
In hopes of next year,
Okay.
2026.
You want me to just text it to you?
I've always wanted to get my press credentials.
Yeah.
I mean, I could make that, but I kind of already know I'm about to get it this year. So, but I'll add it.
And so that's gonna be one of my goals is to actually follow through with the stuff that I have already planned. Because I found that made me way more consistent, like with YouTube. Like I have not missed a week since I started YouTube.
Yeah.
And even like last week, so I posted on like Monday and then I posted today on Saturday. So like normally like I just post like once a week or whatever. I don't necessarily like do shorts or whatever, but I noticed that like planning out my content and actually sticking to what I said I was going to do, it just helps with consistency. Yeah. Like, so I think that's one of the things like in resting, I want to make sure that I am consistent with whatever I am trying to accomplish, and also just set boundaries to not do too much. Because like if my social media post is not scheduled, or like, so it has to be like a schedule. So like social media posts will be scheduled. Me and Joe will have like our meetings or whatever, and then I'll have to do stuff like let's say I'll dedicate 2 hours a week to what me and her are working on, like our project. Before, I would like, I'm gonna work on it until it's done, and I'm going to sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then getting back up at 6 o'clock for work. Like, I'm not going to do that. So, I really need to like just set boundaries around like healthy boundaries around working too much and stuff like that.
But you guys want to know, my mom is from Jamaica, and so I've always wanted to get dual citizenship to that country. Not because I was joking about what the next 4 years are going to look like, but because I do travel a lot. Certain places don't like Americans. And so my mom wants me to get dual citizenship, which I wanted to. But so just in case I go someplace and they don't really like Americans, I'll have my other passport to use, because that's kind of what my aunt does now. So I do want to do that.
One thing that I do feel like we missed, because we had talked about it before we got on camera, but just like holding each other accountable when it comes to like, and I hate the word spiritual, so I don't even know what to use. When it comes to things of God, let's say that.
Yeah.
Make sure we're doing our devotionals, getting on prayer calls together, all the things. We do everything else together. We can do that together too. Like we go to the same church. Yeah. We share notes. Too. We do all those things.
I did good last year, but I need to do even better. I did okay last year. I ain't gonna lie. I did watch Remote, not all the time, but I really like going into the sanctuary, and I really do need to get back into going into the sanctuary. What I've noticed with me is, once something gets me off track, it's hard for me to go back. And so I really need to push through and be like, no, all right. Because I was getting up and going on Sundays. I was going to I was going, and then I think I either went out of town and I came back, and I did not get back on track. Yeah. And that's what gets me every year. So this year, I'm going to go back into the sanctuary. Like I really do want to go back. I really loved going into church. Doing like, I try to read the Bible in a year. I got to Deuteronomy, and then I fell off.
Let me tell you something.
Because I've always wanted to know, like, I've always wanted to read the Bible front to back. I may not know every scripture, but I was like, yo, I really, because remember, I would even text you like, man, that's where that came from. Like, oh, that's crazy. Like, and so, yeah, I got to Deuteronomy and kind of just fell off. I don't even think I finished Exodus, to be quite honest.
I ain't even gonna hold you. I don't even try to do the Bible in a year, because I know that for me, I cannot commit to doing the Bible in a year, and I just feel like me telling myself that I'm about to do the Bible in a year, I'm lying, because I ain't gonna be able to. I'm not gonna say I won't be able to do it, because I can do anything that I put my mind to. It's just not a desire that I have. Like, I don't have the desire to read the Bible in a year. Do I have the desire to read an entire Bible? Yeah, in 1 year, absolutely not. I don't, because also anything I'm just be reading it. Like, I'm not gonna retain the information. So like, one of the things that I did do last year, and I'm gonna continue to do this year, is I went through the Bible and I did all the quote unquote popular Bible stories, like, you know, the ones that we learn in Sunday school, like Daniel in the Lion's Den. Like, I went back and I read all of those. I haven't finished all of them, but I read all of those different stories, and I made sure that I studied them and I read them for myself, and I read them in different versions of the Bible, because I'm like, I feel like I've heard these stories from other people. I'm sure that I read them at some point.
Yeah.
But I don't remember as an adult reading this and really getting like a revelation for myself. So I went back and I read those stories for myself. And I was like, yo, that's what happened. And if y'all go to my Instagram page, you can see kind of like a little bit of my journey. And this is what I'm talking about having content that I haven't posted. What's in his hand? Braylon, what is that?
I don't know what. That's what I was like. What you got?
I got a toddler. Let me see. Why he trying to put? Joanne trying to help him. He trying to push her away.
Oh, what is this?
Girl, that came from the cabinet. It's the second cabinet at the bottom.
Why he
trying to push you?
Why he trying to push me?
Joanne tried to see what Braylon had, and he tried to push her. So, you got any other goals?
Actually, no. I think that's literally it.
So,
you see our balloons going on.
The balloons I got for my birthday. The child is just, I don't even know. It's fine. So look how you got him right here.
That's what I was like. What?
Braylon, what are you doing? Anyway.
No, I think because how many we got?
I'm sorry.
I think that's a good amount to start off with. Of course, as the year go on, and we're gonna break them down. But of course, as the year go on, it may be like, all right, this no longer applies to me no more, or I already completed it, or I thought of something else that I want to add. So, but I think this is a good start.
Stop, buddy.
Because you know the year, you never know what the year brings.
Yeah, and I think she made a good point too. Things change all the time, and I think like last year, I completely I had like a whole list of goals, and I completely threw them all out and decided to just focus on getting my dissertation done and focusing on my family. Because sometimes things just change.
Yeah.
This is the life of a toddler mom. Hold on, he's throwing a fit. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. But yes, that was a good point, Joe. But yeah, we're gonna write our goals out and we're gonna do them detailed. So we pretty much already told y'all about our finance goals, our business goals, our personal goals, things of God. We told y'all about that. So yeah, we're gonna do the detailed version, and then we also gonna do a bingo card based off of these goals. So it's gonna be like small wins and stuff like that on there. It's gonna be larger goals on there. And we'll show y'all how we do that in Canva. Earlier, Joe said we should do a part 2, and I told her no. But I think she might be right. We could do a part 2.
That was my job. Yeah.
It's okay. We could do so. We could do a part 2, and y'all can see how we do the bingo cards. It won't be a long video because it's already y'all already heard us do our goal setting or whatever. And I know our goal setting might be a little informal compared to other people's, but this is what works for us.
That's
it's
that's
more
how
about
that. I'm looking like, what is he doing? Yeah, but like you said, that works for us. We never have a strict. And it's funny because she's type A, I'm type B. Mm-hmm. This just works for us because my brain.
And it works because we share a Google Doc.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I'll be looking at this goal sheet, like, "Hey, yo, Joe, I haven't heard you say nothing about such and such."
Yeah. But the other thing too, if you think about it, we would write it down. But sometimes I remember one year. We literally didn't look at it for the whole year. And then when we got to it, we came back, I think, towards the end of the year. We was like, oh, dang. We finished that. It was out of sight, out of mind. But we ended up, completing it. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, dang, I did do that. Or it was something that we didn't expect to do that year. And we end up adding it. And I'm like, oh, well. Because the other thing I think she didn't show on there. Well, I think she did. We write our goals, but we also have a completion date. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes we may forget when we completed it, but we knew we'll put it around April 2023, we did it. Yeah. But yeah, so like she said, this whole informal just coming this just works for us. This, because some other people, I'm like, dang, y'all have whole parties? It's like, dang. And then it'd be 20 of them. I'm like, dang. Nah, this just
have a presentation slideshows, and it be cute. It be cute.
but it just don't work.
It be cute. It do. It be
See,
cute.
I forgot the bingo cards. Like, it just don't.
She was supposed to print out the bingo cards so we could do them, but it's okay. It's okay.
It's fine.